Finding good study techniques is one thing, but finding good study techniques that work is an entirely different thing. Jean-Pol Martin, a retired professor from Catholic University of Eichstätt, Ingolstadt, noticed how difficult it can be for students to learn a topic. Instead of brushing it off as the student's fault, he created the LDL, or learning by teaching method, now referred to as the Protgee Effect. This method has helped students at all different levels from all around the world. So if you're looking for a study technique that can help you go from an average student to A+, this is the video for you. So what is the Protgee Effect? Simply put, this technique is a way for students to learn by teaching others. This idea has been a part of humanity for thousands of years. The earliest recollection of this idea is from Roman philosopher Seneca, who has been quoted in saying, "While we teach, we learn." This method is a time-tested method, but has only started to gain scientific attention, with research being done to figure out why this method is truly one of the best to use when it comes to learning new material. Educators from around the world are trying to find ways that they can incorporate this technique into their programs. A program created by the University of Pennsylvania has helped their students use this method in their daily studies. In this program, college undergraduates taught high school students computer science. Then the high school students taught middle school students what they learned. At the end of the program, the undergraduate students were asked to rate their experience in the course. They all agreed that their learning of computer science principles was reinforced through teaching. Their overall understanding of computer science education increased, and their capacity to serve as role models to aspiring young technologists was increased by the high school students' willingness to turn to them for support. They also noted that they saw an increase in their problem-solving capabilities, felt more confident in hands-on teaching, and their ability to deliver effective presentations. This is one of the few ways educators have started to add the Protgee Effect to their students' day-to-day studies. The proof of this technique isn't just with research and programs being implemented by teachers, it is also scientifically proven through brain chemistry. According to the American Psychological Association, with the added expectation of teaching another person the source material, it triggers an increase in metacognitive processing, a process in the brain that allows people to become more actively aware of their learning process. That's not all. Another finding done by John Nestoiko and Dung Bui from the University of Washington, Elizabeth Ligon Bjork from the University of California, and Nate Cornell from Williams College found that students who use this method of studying were more inclined to organize their materials and seek out key pieces of information to be prepared to answer any questions from the person they were teaching. Another great reason that the Protgee Effect is a great option for people to try is because they get external motivation to learn the material and learn it well. According to Catherine Chase, Doris Chin, Marilee Opezzo, and Daniel Schwartz of Stanford University, people who learn to teach others will make a greater effort to learn the information and know the information more in depth than they would if they were learning for themselves. Now that we've gone through the research on why this technique is good to use for your studying, let's go over a few different ways to use the technique in your own studies. One of the most common ways to use this technique is to teach someone. Whether this be a parent, a friend, or even a fellow classmate, teaching someone about what you are learning will help solidify the knowledge you've learned and will make it clear which parts of your knowledge on the subject matter needs to be worked on. Don't have someone to teach? No worries. A rubber duck will solve that problem. According to the University of Business Innovation and Sustainability, the rubber duck debugging theory is a practice often used by computer programmers to help solve a bug in their coding. As silly as it sounds, this is when the programmer recites the computer code line by line to the rubber duck until the problem reveals a solution. This works quite well when studying for an exam or trying to grasp a topic really well. By verbally explaining the source material, this helps you pay close attention to detail, which in turn helps you understand on a deeper level. One of the cool things about this technique is that it can be applied outside of the classroom. Some studies have shown that just by preparing to teach someone, it can improve your information processing as well as your motor learning needed to perform physical tasks. For example, if you were going to teach someone how to swim using a backstroke, you would have to practice how to do a backstroke properly so you weren't misleading your student. Academically or outside of the classroom, the Protegee effect is guaranteed to help you become not only a more effective teacher, but a more confident learner too. Still not convinced? Well, what if I told you that a computer program has been created to help students implement the Protegee effect in their day-to-day learnings? According to the Vanderbilt School of Engineering, Betty's Brain is a computer program designed to bring out the teaching in learners everywhere. Betty's Brain is a computer-based learning program that utilizes the Protegee effect for young learners using the program. In the program, the student has to teach Betty about different processes in science like climate change and ecosystems. They are even charged with testing Betty with quizzes and answering questions to see if she is learning the topics properly. This adds not only pressure on the student to learn about the topic for themselves, but also be able to know the topic so well that Betty can benefit from their teachings. To quote a Latin proverb, "By learning you will teach, by teaching you will learn." Teaching is a great way to learn and to keep learning. The Protegee effect is used as a way to learn something in a different way and increase your knowledge on the subject. You first must learn the subject to teach it to another person. After teaching it, it's always great to ask for feedback on what you can improve on and see if there are any gaps of knowledge that you need to work on. By breaking this process down into a science, you should be able to understand the material you were teaching more clearly. Are you going to give this method a try? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with our latest videos.